Through this video, you'll be able to illustrate and describe the major geographic features of Mesopotamia. We'll cover Mesopotamia's rivers, floodplains, irrigation canals, mountains, and deserts. Let's begin with the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The Tigris River is about 1,180 miles long, and the Euphrates River is about 1,740 miles long. Both rivers begin in the Taurus mountain range and flow southeast to empty into the Persian Gulf. These rivers start out about 250 miles apart, but they eventually merge before reaching the Persian Gulf. These two rivers flowing together through this area is how it came to be called Mesopotamia, which means land between rivers in Greek. These rivers were vital to early human civilization, supporting the farming of essential crops like wheat and barley. They provided fresh water, which people used for drinking, cooking, and washing. They also allowed for travel and trade to occur by boats on the rivers, which were crucial because boat travel was safer and the boats could carry much more weight than people or pack animals on land. One of the most important features of these rivers were their yearly floods. Between the months of March and May, both the Tigris and Euphrates rivers would typically flood because of the melting snow in the Taurus mountains. These floods were essential for farming because of the silt and extra water that was brought to the land near the rivers. Silt is a type of fine soil that has important nutrients for crop growth. In other words, these floods fertilized the land before the farmers planted their crops. These yearly floods were also the reason the area is known as the Fertile Crescent. The land is fertile with silt, and it's shaped like a crescent. It is also worth noting that the Tigris River floods were much more unpredictable and violent than the floods of the Euphrates River. These unpredictable and violent floods meant that the nearby farms and homes could easily be destroyed. This is likely the reason why more major Mesopotamian cities were formed on or near the Euphrates River. Though the flooding of the rivers were somewhat unpredictable, there were many times when the rivers completely shocked ancient Mesopotamians and wiped out entire cities. One example of this occurred around the year 2900 BCE. At the city of a British archaeologist named Leonard Woolley found a deep silt layer, over 8 feet deep, between layers of human habitation, indicating a significant flood. Since floods like this were possible, early Mesopotamians developed irrigation canals to manage water for farming. Irrigation canals are man-made ditches that are created to control the direction of water. Mesopotamians even had the ability to add gates to these canals so that the water could be stopped from going to places that already had enough water. The Taurus and Zagros mountains played a crucial role in shaping early settlement and civilization in Mesopotamia, both directly and indirectly. More importantly, the Taurus mountains were the source of both the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Without these mountains, the rivers that provided fertile lands would not have existed, and early settlement would have been near impossible. Furthermore, the Taurus mountains in the northwest and the Zagros mountains in the northeast are natural barriers that protect Mesopotamians from northern invasions. The mountains were not impossible to march armies through, but they definitely provided a challenging obstacle for attacking enemies. Lastly, the mountains were a source of valuable resources such as timber, stone, and metals such as copper and tin. Copper and tin did not become beneficial until the Bronze Age. The last impactful geographic feature we'll discuss is the deserts. The Syrian desert to the southwest and the Arabian desert to the south acted as natural defenses, limiting large-scale invasions from those directions. Though nomadic groups traveled through these areas, the groups were limited in size and only had clashes of battle occasionally through Mesopotamia's long history. Since the deserts were difficult to live in, people were often forced to join the people groups in the Fertile Crescent, which led to the rise of the first large settlements in the world. The Ike Improvement assignment needs to prove that you can illustrate and describe the major geographic features of Mesopotamia. This assignment can either be created on an 11 by 17 paper or an app such as Canva. To prepare for this assignment, complete the graphic organizer by either watching this video again or by using the article. This video and the article have the same information. Find access to the article and the graphic organizer in the links provided in the description.